boy, it's like I haven't even been away at all. I got a hat. Do you like it? It's very, very, very old-timey. Very, I don't know. I got it at the Salamanca market? Oh my god, I don't even think I'm pronouncing it right. Doesn't matter. I'm back from Tassie. Here we go. Okay, so I'm back. That's good. Isn't it great? I don't know where to even start. I'm going to start with what I got on my trip, which isn't much, but it's a fun amount of stuff. And then I'm going to show all the mail, because there's a lot of mail that came in on the week that I was away, which is never a great thing, but also pretty cool, like Christmas all over again. Anyway, let's go. Start with some Blu-rays and DVDs, because of course I still bought myself some physical media. Got myself the Leonard Skinner concert from 2015. It was $10 at a store in Richmond. Because why not? I don't know. I know two of their songs, which is what everyone knows, Freebird and Sweet Home Alabama. Comes with a booklet as well, which is nice. I mean, look, it was $10. They had a bunch of concert Blu-rays there. I'm not big on concert Blu-rays. It's not my thing. Never really cared for it. But I figured, hey, $10, that's kind of funny. And also, $10, it's pretty good. Went to JB. I will probably do I didn't film any video footage from my experience at the JBs I went to, but I will make a video individually talking about them, because I want to focus on this stuff. But I did get Memoir of a Snail, because it's a fantastic film, and I was happy to buy it at retail price. It was only like $27. It only comes with the one featurette, which is behind the scenes tour of Adam Elliott, but I'm happy to have it. I don't know, I feel like it should have had more special features. I think the US is going to have a release that comes with the other film that he did, Mary and Max. I think it might have a special feature, which is the Harvey Crumpet short film. I think I already have that on DVD. I'm going to quickly go check. I have this DVD for Mary and Max. It has director's commentary, deleted scenes, time-lapse shots, animatics, and webisodes. So, a good amount, actually, in contrast to Memoir of a Snail, but it doesn't have Harvey Crumpet to my knowledge, so that's a bit disappointing. I think the US version of the DVD or Blu-ray for Mary Max had Harvey Crumpet, but it didn't have any of the commentaries or stuff, whereas this one does. Either way, fantastic film, one of my favourites of last year, and a tremendous Australian animated film. Adam Elliott is a just genius at making stop-motion films. So I'm very happy to have that. My girlfriend loved it as well, so that's good. And for $10, I picked up Pleasantville. Just kind of figured while I was there, sure, at JB. It does come with the... Does it say special features? Oh, yeah, there. It does come with the commentaries and everything. There's no Blu-ray release of this in Australia at all. I've been wanting it on physical for a long time, and seeing it for $10 on DVD. It was part of the buy two get one free, but I couldn't be... There was nothing else I wanted, and I was like, $10 versus probably 50 odd. I'll get this. So yeah, it felt like, why not? It's one of my brother's favorite films, so that'll be great when he eventually wakes up and sees it. And yeah, just sure, why not? I got myself some keychains, because I like keychains. Most of this is on my Instagram as well. So that's from Cradle Mountain. It's the Tassie Devil, because they had a thing there. Was, what is it? Devil's Cradle, I believe it was. It's a little zoo where they have a bunch of it's a wildlife sanctuary basically, where they have a bunch of Tassie devils, which is great. They had some koalas and some other animals. I'll hopefully eventually edit the footage that I filmed. I filmed a lot of footage on the trip. Luckily, my girlfriend did most of the scenic driving, so I was able to do a lot of scenic shots, so I'll try to compile it together in a pretty looking video. But I wanted to grab some stuff like that. So that was cool. I also got this, which I probably should have put on the bag as well, but I never got around to it. This was also from Cradle Mountain. Focus, will you? It's another keychain. I wanted to get a kind of generic one of saying Tasmania or whatever, but this one was just a Tassie Tiger. But I liked the artwork for it, and it had Cradle Mountain in the background. And given that's where we were at the time, it was just nicer. But yeah, it only says design in Tasmania, so it doesn't actually emphasize anything of where it's actually from. But yeah, it just, just nice. I didn't buy a lot of generic stuff, because I grew up going to Tassie a lot, so I didn't really need to get much. But I wanted to get stuff that wasn't made in China or made in Indonesia, because a lot of the soft toys and figurines were. So I got this, which is made in Australia, the classic, watch out for wildlife sign, and I don't know, I just figured it'd be funny if I got a bunch of stuff that was about the Tassie tiger, because of course it doesn't fucking exist anymore. So, yeah. I also got a pocket knife, Swiss Army knife kind of multi-purpose tool, which actually has my name on it, which is cool. It's from the Tahoon Airwalk. It's still made in China, but still, it's nice to have it. Mostly because I don't have mine anymore. I had a Swiss Army knife. They confiscated it from me because I forgot it was in my bag, or I also forgot it was considered a knife. So instead of being able to take it out of my day pack and put it into my suitcase was already gone. So I had to throw it out. So I bought this instead for $20. Then I got this, which is a nice art print, which is actually painted by Tasmanian watercolor artist Patricia Hopwood Wade, which it actually has there. She was there because it was her store. This is at Richmond. It's a reprint of a watercolor she did of a platypus. She actually signed it as well, which I guess I'll peel it out to show you. We actually saw her a second time later in the week at the Salamanca market. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. At the Salamanca market, that's the one. I'm so used to Breaking Bad, I can't say the goddamn words properly. But yeah, so it's a nice little print, signed by her as well on the back in pencil, which was really cool. But it was nice to see her a second time. We happened to accidentally walk into her booth at the market, and yeah, it was her, and it was great. So she recognized us from that. But it's good. She has a whole bunch of prints, a lot of great artwork. So I figured this nice. It's just a nice simplistic little thing. Also at the market, I bought a book. Yeah, who'd have thought? They had this for $5, and I had cash. So yeah, Turn of the Screw, which comes with 7 stories by Henry James, including. Where's the table of contents? There it is. The Real Thing, The Figure in the Carpet, The Turn of the Screw, The Tree of Knowledge, Maud, Evelyn, The Beast in the Jungle, and The Jolly Corner. So that'll be a nice read when I eventually get around to it. It was mostly The Turn of the Screw that I wanted because I've got a bunch of adaptations in film of that. And I'm like, well, I should actually read the original fucking thing because why not? Got some gingerbread, Doctor Who themed. They had a spooky one with like bats and ghosts, but I like the Doctor Who one more, and I'm yet to eat them, so I'll do that in a bit. And the last thing I got there was Adventure Time. Oh my god. It does have some damage on the front, as you can see there, and it's got some wear and tear on the box itself. Couple things to note about this. It's only the first 8 seasons. It doesn't have season 9 or 10, or any of the specials or whatever. If you know anything about Adventure Time, you know that the Blu-rays, which are basically only released in Australia, are immensely out of print. So the person who had this, I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, they were 10 minutes away from where my grandmother lived, so I was like, great, I'll go there, pick it up. They were nice and everything, whatever, wonderful. This was $65. And that's the reason I bought it, because I'm like, look, $65 to get a set of a show that I don't have, because I don't have any of Adventure Time or physical, because this set resells for about $350. Its original price was about $200. The box set that's 10 seasons on Blu-ray is worth $700 to $1,000 on resale. So I figured, look, spending $65 on a box set of a show that I really like, even if it's not all the seasons of the show, is better than not having the show at all. So, yeah. It's Region B, but I'm pretty sure it's all regions. LPCM 2.0 stereo, which isn't the best, but it's audio, so it's audio. But yeah, it's nice. It gets some nice artwork and everything. It's again got a lot of wear and tear on the box itself, but I don't really care. The main preface was getting the cases because, of course, they come with artwork that combines. Not to mention the fact that it's like basically a disc per season, except for season 5 and 6. And they all have different artwork on them, which is cool. Different characters, all these little details, and whatever. Of course, you get the second lot as well. The artwork does combine. Again, I'll show you in a second. Okay, that disc thingy has fallen out. That's not good. It was fine before. Let me just kind of punch it back in. There we go. So yeah, just more disc artwork and stuff. The discs seem to be in good condition. The seller was a bit concerned by the fact that it wasn't in mint condition, because obviously they had opened it and watched it. I'm like, I don't care, I just want to get the set. I guess they've probably had previous people try to buy it from them and been picky about it. But wrong way around. it combines pretty nicely, so you get that nice landscape effect, you know, of them being aggressive towards each other. The backs do combine as well. It just doesn't fit as perfectly, of course, because like Lady Rainicorn, for example, yeah. But it's good. It's 80% of the TV show. I'll take it. Mail-wise, we're going to start with the big one. I got the record, the vinyl, for Challenges because it was $82 and it was the best I could get it anywhere else. I have yet to actually listen to it, but it does come with... Can I get them out without having... It comes with an extra little folder with all the... with the actual record itself. But it does come with art cards. One for Tashi Duncan, which does tell you details on the back, as well as a autograph of the character, which is really cool. They really went out of their way for this set, which I really, really like. Again, there's more photos on the Instagram and whatever. If that'll focus, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Again, $80 is not fantastic because I don't like buying vinyl to begin with because I only have the one record player, but we can use that record player to burn onto the computer, which means I can put it onto my phone. It's a bit of a lot of legwork, but it can be done, so that's good. And of course, it is a Golden Globe winning album because it just happened to be that the Monday that we were in Tassie, I turned the TV on at the cabin we're staying at, and it was on, and I actually saw Demi win her award, like live, and then later that afternoon, I turned on the TV a second time, and they were replaying the whole thing, and it was just the time that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross won their awards. So I'm like, oh great, the only two awards I actually get to see, and I got to see it, plus the end of the show, because again, we were traveling. So that was good in terms of, you know, getting the vinyl. But let's look at all of the Blu-rays and DVDs. Oh my god, how much did I've got a stack. I mean, for comparison's sake, is a lot. One of them's a Steelbook for Randall, but I got that it's actually for my mate for... Well, he's bought it, but I got it from Dan and DVD with a bunch of other things, so I don't need to worry about showing that off. We got Special Delivery. This is the alternate artwork. It's the Kino Lorber version that comes with the commentary by Lee Gambin and John Harrison. This is the main artwork that it comes with. The person had just flipped it around. I bought this with another film. Basically, it became a cheaper thing of, do I spend $90 on one Blu-ray for Special Delivery, or do I buy... It actually comes with a booklet, which is just ads with posters for other films that Kino Lorber has done. But it's just kind of nice to have it. This is one of those, again, I bought this with another Blu-ray because the person had this listing of two films, and I was able to make a deal with them. So I was like, it was cheaper for me to buy both of them together than it was to buy this one separately, and I only wanted this one. The other one was this one, Vigilante Force, which I've actually put into a different case for dogs, because this case was really cheap and shitty. It's the kind of really cheaply recycled case, which I despise. But because it was a Kino Lorber release of a film that I don't really give a shit about, I just happened to buy it so I could, again, get Special Delivery for cheaper. Just seemed easier to do that, and again, hence I've put it in the cheaper, shittier case because it's the one I don't care as much for. So I imagine someday it'll confuse someone as to why it says Dogs on the top and Vigilante Force on the bottom. But it's just so it is not in a bad... So Dogs is in a better case. Then we have one that doesn't have a barcode, surprisingly, is Grizzly, which I already have, but this is the Scorpion releasing limited edition version with the slipcover, which is nice. You can actually buy it without the slipcover. It does come with alternate artwork, so that's kind of one of the benefits of why I wanted it with the slipcover. But this comes with, as you can see, the special features there. It's all regions, but it comes with the new 5.1 mix and new audio commentary by film historian Lee Gambin, which is the reason I wanted to get this version, because I already had the film from Severin, which I don't think I realized when I bought it that it didn't have Lee's commentary on that version. So I think I might have bought Grizzly by itself just initially because I just wanted to, and then I saw that this was actually the version which my mates Phil and Katie had a copy of. Apparently it was limited to 3,000 copies, but the person who I bought it from on eBay has like 70 copies, so maybe they just bought a fuck ton. I was able to buy it with another film, which became like just shy of I think it was maybe just over $100 for the two, so I was able to save money by buying two together, which I'll show you in a second, is this one here, Dogs. This is the one, again, I had to change the case for, because this one does come with liner notes by Lee Gambin, so I didn't need the Blu-ray per se, because I actually watched Phil and Katie's DVD copy, which also had the liner notes, so it's that whole inside thing is a written essay by Lee, really nice, but I just wanted to keep it in a better condition, so hence I put it like that, on its own Blu-ray, again, Scorpion releasing. But I was able to confirm with the person on eBay that both of them had Lee stuff, saying that this one had liner notes, the other one had the commentary, so it's a lot of stuff. Then we have from, still from Kino, we got Jenny. I tried to get a Blu-ray of this, but then the person couldn't find it, so they had to refund me, so I spent an extra $5 to get this version, which is the same fucking thing, and it just comes with a commentary by Lee as well, and Jared Kahan, so that's nice. Then, because the Blu-ray is worth like $150 to $200, I got Song of Norway on DVD, which has the commentary by Lee Gambin and John Harrison, which is really cool. So that's just one of those ones. I even talked to John about it today because he was surprised that they had a DVD release of the film, and I'm like, yeah, it's still the 2K master, which it says on the back, but it's mostly just a factor of having the commentaries all I actually care about. Then one that I had to get from eBay, I found it on the UK site of eBay because the person didn't have international shipping unlocked, so I had to buy it. Well, I had to message them through the UK side of eBay to be like, hey, are you able to send this to Australia? Because they had this copy of Pin, which was super hard to find, but it comes with the booklet, which has an essay by Lee. My mates Phil and Katie had a copy of this as well, so I've actually already read the essay. It's really nice. But it actually comes with reversible artwork as well, which I kind of like a bit more in a way. I don't know yet if which version I'm gonna have as the main one, because yeah, I don't know. They're both really interesting, but yeah, it's just that factor of I'm just happy to have it because it was so hard to find. I couldn't find it anywhere, and yeah, I don't know. Just on Christmas, I was bored. I was just not bored. I was just, you know, you have Christmas lunch, you're full, you're bloated, you just want to sit down and just zone out. And I'm sitting there thinking, maybe I'll try to find it somewhere. And I looked it up, and someone had a photo of it, and the photo was from eBay. I'm thinking, that's not on eBay. And then I looked into it, and it was from eBay UK. And again, messaged the person, got it for a good price. It was about $50, so I was very happy with that. The last one I'm going to show off at the end of the video is a really rare limited edition, so I'll show that off last. But these four are from Dead End DVD. They had their Boxing Day sale, so I figured I'd buy a couple of things. So we start off with Primetime Panic, actually Volume 1. I already have Volume 2 because Lee did an essay for Volume 2. That came with a slipcover as well, with some nice inside artwork, so this is unfortunately just the standard version, but it does come with Dreams Don't Die, Death Ride to Osaka, and Freedom, all of which are TV movies, which I have started really liking, but this actually does come with the essay still. The whole booklet. So that I really like, even though you don't need it. The alternate artwork is, I don't think there's much. I think it's just different images. So that's the main one, but then the alternate artwork is like that. So yeah, it's not too different in general, but it's still nice to have it. I think I'll just probably keep it the way it already is. I don't think it matters. It's a clear case anyway. You can see through the inside to see what the actual artwork showcases. And it does have, so yeah, Dreams Don't Die on one disc, Death Ride to Osaka and Freedom all on their own discs, which is good. Nice way to keep it all together, all regions, all newly scanned and restored in 4K from the original 35mm negatives. They've all got a variety of commentaries and video interviews and video essays. So, and the booklet, of course. So, yeah. It just figured, because it was like $40 from Dead End, so I'm like, well, it's 3 movies and a bunch of special features, and it makes it part 1 of part 2, because I have the other one again, because Lee had worked on part 2, so I figured, hey, I'll just get both, why not, you know? I got The Abyss. This is actually so it's the US edition, of course, because the UK didn't get one, because animal cruelty and whatever. Nice slipcover and everything. Hopefully they won't change the colours of my image too much, so I'm not going to show the back of it because it's very shiny. This one, I know people were still very judgmental based on the AI upscaling. I was able to get this for like $40, I think. They had, again from Dead End, because they did have True Lies for $20 on 4K, and I'm like, man, that's a bargain. But then when I looked, I still looked up the reviews of the 4K scan. I'm just like, it just looks like shit though. I don't really think I want to buy it when it looks like shit. And there's like no extra special features. Maybe like one featurette with James Cameron being like, "Oh, look at my great film and how I've butchered it. Isn't it wonderful?" Either way, I figured at least this one looks better, and it comes with both cuts. I know, watch the special edition. I've already seen it. I saw it in like 70mm at the Astor one year, because it was so hard to find that when it popped up at the Astor, my dad and I were like, let's go watch that. That's really cool. He hadn't seen the extended cut before. There is a digital streaming thing, so if you want it, there is your digital code. I don't use these things. I also can't, because there's this movies anyway, which I don't believe is in Australia. It's American only, so whoever wants that can take it. But yeah, it has both discs, which is nice. I like that there's at least two different piles of artwork. Again, still tricky because it does have some, upscaling and not the best looking restoration, but I've heard that it's a lot better than any other versions that have already existed, and even though people said the same thing about True Lies, I prefer to get a shitty DVD copy of True Lies over the 4K, whatever AI upscale bullshit that they did for that. But, yeah, so I'm not going to get Aliens on 4K because I'm happy with my Blu-ray, and I feel like there was another. I've got Titanic already, so this, Titanic, and Avatar I've got on 4K, so I'm okay with these, Again, I was actually not going to get it in the end. They had Revenge on sale, and just as I was about to buy it, it sold out, and it was like the second side version. It's still a standard edition, but I was like, damn it, I would have thrown away The Abyss and got Revenge instead, and it was like $10 cheaper, but it sold out too quickly, and I was like, damn, well, I guess I'm going to get The Abyss then, so I got The Abyss. I also got this is from Radiance, but still from Dead End, the story of Adele H. It's a Francois Truffaut with Isabelle Adjani. This is the alternate artwork, of course, because their main artwork is completely different. And of course without the little sleeve thingy, but it does come with, it's the limited edition version, so it comes with the booklet. Of course you've got the alternate artwork on the inside there, with its little sleeve, which I'm still not a big fan of, so that's what the actual artwork looks like. It's not bad, but I definitely prefer the original artwork that they've got, and the booklet's quite nice. Details on the back, some essays and whatever. So, yeah, there's a letter from Jean-Louis Bory by Francois Truffaut, and it's just, cast and crew. Oh, look, it's him, it's Francois. I know that guy. He's in, Close Encounters. So, yeah, nice little essay, whatever. Well, it's not even an essay, it's a letter. Yeah, acknowledgements, all that kind of bullshit, so nice to have it. Easy peasy. Again, this was only like $20 odd, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not, I could have not bought it, but at the same time I've heard really good things about, Radiance just in general is a really good brand, so I was happy to get it. And then I finally, for about, I think again, $40 odd, 40 or 50, I upgraded to Possessor's limited edition from Second Sight, and I know they've just announced the two more Cronenbergs for The Brood and Scanners on 4K. I'm debating getting the limited editions of those, because again, I like The Brood, I've got the Criterion, and I like, the Scanners is fine, I've got the Second Sight Blu-ray. I might just get the standard 4Ks, I don't really know if I want to get the limited editions, because again, I'm trying to restrict how much I'm buying, so if I don't know, I'm debating it, because I know this is his Cronenberg's son, but I do have Crimes of the Future from Second Sight, so I'm like, it probably would look better if on the shelf if I had all the limited editions there together. I've got the same for the Arrow ones, I don't know, I'll think about it later. It's expensive, I haven't compared the prices yet. This is your standard Second Sight set with your, expanding artwork, your 2 discs, which I still prefer the double disc format. Fuck ton of special features, of course, if you want to pause and read it, most of which I didn't already have on my standard Blu-ray, which I was going to get this a few months ago before I even watched the film. So before I was going to get this before I actually even watched the film, but I ended up just watching the standard Blu-ray, which I already had, and watched the special features on that, and they were fine. Like, it's a good film, the special features were already quite nice, but of course, the new 4K comes with some extra special features, plus the big booklet and everything, and I kind of figured why not, and it was actually cheaper to get the limited edition than the standard edition from Dead End, even though they had actually sold out of the standard edition. That's why that wasn't on the sale. And yeah, the big, I think it's a 120-page booklet. I don't want to spoil anything from the movie, so I'll just show you some random parts. But yeah, a lot of behind-the-scenes images, which is stuff that I really like looking at, so I'm really happy with just how well detailed this booklet is. So Second Sight have done a great job of this, so that's why I'm really debating yes or no on the preference of getting the other Cronenberg limited editions, because Second Sight are always do bang-up jobs, but it's like, do I need the 128-page booklet or not? The artwork does look phenomenal, especially for The Brood. But I'm like, oh, do I need it or not? I did comparisons. I know that the Brood has exclusive special features that the Criterion doesn't have, but the Criterion has special features that the Second Sight doesn't have. But again, you also get the new transfer and all that kind of stuff. Scanners, however, I think it was basically identical, except, again, a new scan. I think it's a new commentary as well as the old commentary. And it does have a new interview with Michael Ironside. But it's not a new interview, it's an archival one from a different brand. So they were just able to get that because they didn't have that on the previous Second Sight. So I'm like, there's enough reason to get the upgrades in general, which I want to do. One of them, I think it's The Brood, comes with a commentary, which has someone who I can't remember the name of, but it also has Kat Ellinger. So I'm like, for that alone, I kind of want to get it. But I feel like the Brood one would be really great for the essays because it's a really interesting film. So, I don't know, I'm still debating on it, but, you know, I mean, I bought all this shit last year, so that's kind of like why I'm questioning about, do I want to buy future things? The last one I bought was this, Who Can Kill a Child, which is a Spanish film, I believe. This is the limited edition, and if you know anything about this film, which I've never seen it, but the limited edition, which is out of 1,000 units, is exceptionally rare. Some people are selling it for up to $500. I spent $200 on it, and there's a few things to note. Firstly, the disc actually emphasizes limited edition. It's all regions. It does have alternate artwork saying Isle of the Damned, which is really nice, which I don't think I'll change it, because mostly you look at the barcode, like if I looked at Blu-Ray.com, it would say Who Can Kill a Child, which is probably a much more interesting title than Isle of the Damned. Isle of the Damned makes it sound like a gothic horror kind of campy, you know, Bela Lugosi's going to show up or some shit, but I think it's a much more harrowing film than that. However, there's other limited edition bonuses, which is the reason I got this instead of the standard version. You get your art cards, which are nice reproductions, and again, they also emphasize the Island of the Damned title and everything. They're not the most dramatic images or whatever. I mean, probably some of them are. Probably a decent enough representation, kids with guns kind of deal. There's nothing on the back of any of these, they're all just stills. But the reason I got it was, of course, the limited edition booklet that Lee wrote, which, again, it sucks that I had to spend so much money just to get one film, but if I'm not mistaken, I was selling a lot of Blu-rays and stuff at the end of last year. Look, it's even got the Isle of the Damn artwork there, so I really need the actual, to use the reversible. I just did some extra work. I just had extra filming gigs. I sold some steelbooks here and there. Sold a lot of steelbooks. So basically I was able to buy this by just selling off a bunch of steelbooks that I had. A bunch of premiums. A lot of the stuff here I was able to get just because I sold off a bunch of premiums and stuff. It's not like I didn't have the money, but it's also just helped to rationalize it. Like, oh shit, this is $200 for Who Can Kill a Child. But I did just sell $200 worth of steelbooks, so it pays itself off. So that worked out. You know, it's still stressful and annoying, but I didn't have to spend more than $200. This is the most expensive individual release I've ever bought, even though it still is a limited edition. It's even more expensive than my Suspiria steelbook, and that was like $180 or something when I bought that. So, yeah, this is not stacking properly, so I can't close it. There we go. So, it's disappointing that I, again, had to spend so much money on this, but at the same time, I'm happy to have it. The limited edition in its limited edition case. And, yeah, it's a thing. I haven't even seen the film, but that's just how it goes with some of these. So, as much as there's so much criticism against spending $200 on one film, it's just the essay that I wanted. I don't know where I'm going to edit this into the clip because I actually forgot that I got this in. This came in the day before I flew out, and I didn't have time to film because I had to go to work. Hence also why I've got my other glasses on, which I didn't wear at all during the trip. Not to anyone's inconvenience. I got this. The Arrow... What the hell is it even called? Arrow Video Store, I believe it's called? Oh, Enter the Video Store Empire of Screams. It's the limited edition version. Not cheap. Slides off, which is nice. So you get the, it's not even a J card, it's just a gigantic O card, which obviously details all the films, all the limited edition qualities to it, has titles on the top for the films, it has extra details on the bottom. This actually came in mint condition, you know, in its plastic and everything. Not perfect around the edges, like some edges are a bit just worn on the cardboard, which is not perfect, but I don't really care. The set itself, I don't think, outside of one dented corner, and that's on the back, everything else is fine, so, yeah. But yeah, so it's not bad. It's actually a really nicely designed box set, in general. A nice amalgamation of artwork, having, like, all the characters from different films that are in the set, walking around, interacting with other characters. It opens up like so. Nice. I think it's called a clamshell. I've reversed all the artwork to all their original artworks, and it comes with the big booklet, so I'll just quickly dive into them because I'm pretty sure other people have done bigger reviews into these. We start off with Dungeon Master. This actually has like 2 different names and 3 different cuts, including the US theatrical version Dungeon Master, the pre-release version Rage War, and the international release version Rage War. I watched the UK version, the uncut longest version, even though they're all like 77 minutes long anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's just got a bit more nudity in it. It's a good restoration. It's just not a great film. It's like an interesting experience to say the least. But like I said, it has reversible artwork, which the disc matches all of the artwork. So that's nice. It does have, this one probably has my favorite, I think, of the reversible artworks. But the benefit is, outside of getting this nice little bonus card to be like, oh, you're a member, but also it has a broken barcode because obviously can't really have a real barcode, can you? It does have images from the film, regular film still kind of stuff, double-sided poster, which I'll try to show off to the best of my ability. These are all the same. Every single one of these on the inside is the exact same. You get the new artwork, which is quite nice for Dungeon Master. Gives you that old-timey kind of video game vibe. Really nice artwork in general. And then the original artwork, which isn't bad. Again, it kind of gives it more of a 80s vibe, because it is. But yeah, it's not bad. It's the only one I've watched so far, because I just got back, yesterday? So, you know, I haven't actually had time to watch any of the rest of these, even though I spent today watching, I actually just watched Who Can Kill a Child. Woof. Hell of a picture that is. Anyway, you get dolls as well, with a new 2K scan, bunch of special features. The standard version of this still exists, so you can still get the standard one if you're interested, but again, like I said, art cards and alternate artwork. And I don't actually think the alternate artwork is like new artwork for the set, if you will. You can't really see much of it through that, but again, the disc does reflect it with the 2 creepy old people and the girl with the dolls. You know, but again, I like the theatrical artwork, or at least the original, but I don't know if they're newly commissioned art. Does it say? Oh, it does say newly commissioned artwork by, was that Lan Sheedy? It's just, or is it Ilan Sheedy, like capital I-L-A-N? Interesting. Dungeon Master is also newly commissioned by the same person. Okay, it's all newly commissioned by what seems to be the exact same person. So that's at least nice. I give them credit to that, for giving like the one artist the opportunity to go through each one of these. You know, different stills and whatever. They don't have any artwork on the... Oh, they do have artwork on the back. Actually, that is the new artwork. That makes it a lot easier. Cellar Dweller. If I had realized that, I would have shown it off better. I'm sorry. My mistake. Anyway, this is actually the one that I wanted, but not for the Blu-ray release. We have arena. I was going to say giant man versus monster. I don't know. But again, same reversible artwork ordeal. It has it here. Yeah, it does. It does. It has the artwork there, which is nice. I do like it. It's not bad. They have. It's got, I guess, because it has a consistent feel, and these are all 85 to 89, technically 84 to 89, even though it would actually pin it as 85 to 90 in terms of release dates, but in terms of copyright, it's 84 to 89 for each film, one per year. And Robot Jocks. Silly name for a movie. But yeah, again, they've all got a fuck ton of special features, which is wonderful. This one probably is my least favorite artwork, just kind of, I don't know, I don't love the bright colors per se, but I do think that it works well in terms of Big Mech and guy who gets to ride in Big Mech. Very, Pacific Rim-esque, but probably not at the same time. Can I show off dolls quickly? Yeah, dolls there. Alternate artwork. I've already shown off Dungeon Master, but I'll just show it off a little bit better if I can. Because of course I can. Dungeon Master's pretty cool. It's got some good artwork. The main reason I wanted the set is because of the booklet. That's why I wanted the limited edition version, hence I had to go out and buy the limited edition. It tells you all the releases in the back. This has 2 essays that are important to me, including Panels of Purgatory Horror Comics, Monsters, and Artistic Integrity in Cellar Dweller by Lee Gambin, the reason I wanted to get the set, but it also comes with Drop Your Jocks. These Robots Don't Need Any Disguise by John Harrison, friend of the channel. So yeah, this is a really nicely put together book with several essays you got Megan Navarro, Dave J. Dave J wrote three essays. But yeah, so you get some alternate artwork, get some stills, you know, all your regular kind of ordeals, showing you behind the scenes images, you know, interviews, different little sections. This is Lee's. It has the guy from Reanimator who's only in the film for like 5 minutes, which sucks. I always forget his name for some reason. But still, like, you know, he's not even like credited as like a main guy on it, so I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. But, you know, anyway. But yeah, so it's a nicely put together set. I can see why people went crazy for it. Again, I had no initial intention to buy it just in general. I'm not a huge fan of sets like these, but obviously they are usually really well put together. It's just, for me, these kind of sets feel like the kind of sets that people would buy if they're a huge fan of these films. And given I'd never heard of them before, so I can't pin myself as a fan, you know, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have them. Even John mentioned how it probably is a good mirror to the Full Moon Fright Box set with Dollman and Dollman Returns or Dollman versus whoever the fucking other guy is. All those films which were done by the same guy. One of these was also Dungeon Master was like produced and co-directed, but also edited by the same guy who did those films. So it's in the same vein, and they do currently sit next to each other on the shelf. But yeah, I'll give them this. It's a really nicely put together set, and again, for what it's worth, individually as the standard version, I would still recommend getting, but the limited edition is obviously my preferred method. In this case, because of Lee's essay, so yeah. Which I should mention as well, I did realize that there was Monkey Shines, the Umbrella release, that Lee had also worked on, but that's super expensive. It's $350 minimum to get it from the US, because even though it's an Australian release, it was 400 units, and it's gone overseas, and the one person has 2 copies, and they're selling it for $350 each, and I'm not going to buy it, because I already have the film from Eureka, and I only wanted the essay, and luckily I know people who worked on it, and they sent me the essay. So I've already got it as a PDF, I've printed it out separately, so I've already got that as a fold-out little booklet of my own, which comes with an essay that Lee did, an interview that Lee did, and an essay that Jarrett DeHaan did, and he was wonderful in helping me to get all that stuff. I was hoping that Umbrella might have had an extra copy lying around, but I haven't heard any word from that. I'll probably message Jarrett tomorrow about it, just in case, because I've been on holiday. He was on holiday initially, so maybe people are back at work at Umbrella, and they'll be able to take a look around the office and see if there's anything. If not, then it doesn't matter. I've got the booklet. That's all that counts. So I've still got a couple of things coming in. My Vinegar Syndrome order has still not shipped, which sucks. It's the Black Friday sale stuff, and it still hasn't fucking shipped. I'm hoping it will ship sometime within the next week, because apparently it doesn't take long to get here, so that'll hopefully be its own haul in its own video. But in terms of other things that I'm expecting mail-wise, it's just... I found Bloody Birthday. Someone had that on Facebook with the essay, so I've ordered it from them, which is great. And I've got 2 coming in from Amazon. One which initially I had ordered and it just never showed up, so I had to get a refund on that. And I bought it again with another film to get free shipping. Instead of spending like $68 to get it posted, I was able to buy 2 films for $60. So even though one of them I already had. So it's just the numerical conversion of it, so... Yeah, anyway, the trip was fun. Everything else is good. That's all for now. I've got some videos coming out this week that I had filmed mid last year, so that's going to be awkward. But yeah, so that'll be the rest of this week, and then I'll hopefully have videos coming out talking about how my trip was, what I thought about the JB and Tassie, and all these other things. So I'll see you guys next time. Adios.